Welcome to the PSG Wealth Offshore Performance Overview for August 2023. Global equity markets stumbled in August but remain in positive territory year to date. The MSCI ACWI ended the month 2.79% lower, while the MSCI World ended 2.39% lower. Emerging markets underperformed developed markets after weaker Chinese data drove sentiment down. The MSCI Emerging Market Index lost most of July's gains after ending minus 6.16% lower. The S&P 500 was down minus 1.59% and the FTSE 100 was down minus 2.5%. Asian markets were also down for the month as Hong Kong equities plummeted more than 8%, while Japanese equities lost 1.6%. Global property was down just over 3% for the month, bringing the year-to-date return to 1.95%. Fixed income markets did not provide any diversification benefits over the month as bond yields rose. The World Government Bond Index was down 1.39%, while investment-grade bonds ended 1.2% lower. Emerging market bonds were down minus 1.71% over the month. In August, value outperformed growth, especially within the smaller cap market. Growth continues to outperform value year to date, and the largest outperformance comes from large cap counters, which are up over 26%, while large cap value counters are only up 3.17%. Looking at the highlights for the month, the top performing manager within our solutions was Veritas, and our underperformers were Bailey Gifford and Fidelity. 6 funds were included in our quantitative radar, and none were included in our qualitative radar. The Global Preserver Fund of Fund USD class underperformed the sector by 6 basis points, with only 2 out of 5 managers outperforming the sector. On the other hand, the GBP class benefited from dollar appreciation with an outperformance of 1.14%. All the funds within that solution outperformed the sector. The ranking table is still dominated by first and second quartile performance over the long term, with both classes being the first quartile over their recommended investment period. The Global Moderate Fund of Fund underperformed the sector by 60 basis points, as none of the underlying managers outperformed. The fund has managed to produce second quartile performance over its 5-year recommended investment period. The Global Flexible Fund of Fund USD class underperformed the sector by 44 basis points, with only 2 out of 7 managers outperforming the sector. The GBP class outperformed the sector by 4 basis points, with 2 out of 7 managers outperforming. The ranking table is still dominated by first quartile performance over the long term, with both funds being in the first quartile over their 7-year recommended investment period. The Global Creator Fund of Fund outperformed the sector by 1.05%, with all 10 of our underlying managers outperforming. The fund is in the first quartile over the 7-year recommended investment period. The solutions continue to produce first and second quartile performance over the long term and are performing relatively well over their recommended investment periods. Looking at our 3-pillar approach, even with the volatility this year, the team are still achieving their objective of delivering consistent, above-average performance at below-average risk while maintaining a competitive price. Thank you.